Hi, I'm Susie Presapio, and I'm here today with Rose Surma, the president of the Little Falls Sister City Organization, and Melissa Peterson, who is Little Falls Sister City Organization's exchange chair. Just want to fill you in on all that's going to be happening here in the next month. So, Rose, I'll start with you. A sister city. What does it mean to have a sister city?
Sure. Well, sister city, it's actually a fairly common occurrence for cities across the U.S. to have a sister city relationship with another city. It's something that was started shortly after World War II to really promote some cross-cultural friendships. It's something, at that time that was encouraged for, to promote peace and reconciliation after the war. So for Little Falls, our sister city, with Le Bourget, our sister city relationship began in 1987, and that was 60 years after the historic Lindbergh flight. So it's been going on in our community since 1987.
Outstanding. And so was there, you sort of implied there that there was a tie between the Lindbergh flight. Is that why Le Bourget was
Yes,
chosen?
Yep. When Lindbergh made his flight, he flew from New York to Le Bourget, France, which is a suburb of Paris. And as most people from Little Falls know, Little Falls is Lindbergh's boyhood home.
So we've Little Falls, Minnesota, and Le Bourget, France are sister cities. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? What do sister cities do?
Sure. What the sister city does in our instance is we do exchanges. We host families from Le Bourget here in Little Falls, and community members host them in their homes, and then community members from Little Falls then do travel over to Le Bourget and are hosted by the French there.
So if I remember, is it about every 2 years that we see each other?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, super. Well, I know in January of this past year of 2015, Little Falls Sister City incorporated as a membership organization. This was to allow all folks in our community to be involved. How does someone become a member? What does it mean to become a member?
Sure. By becoming a member, you're supporting our organization, and there are certain events where, though we have many community events where we invite all of the community to participate, we do have some member events where members are there with the French. The membership fees, I don't know if I can talk about this now, we did try to make them reasonable so they're accessible for most of the community. It's a $25 fee for individuals, $40 for a family, $50 for a business, and then we have a special $100 patron level. If people are interested in becoming a member, probably the best way to get in touch with us is to email us at our Gmail account. It's littlefallssistercity@gmail.com.
Outstanding. Thank you. So, Melissa, pretty soon we're going to be receiving the delegation from Le Bourget, France. When will the delegation from Le Bourget be here?
So the exchange is from August 10th through the 20th. They're barely going to be here on the 10th. They fly in that day. So they'll get into town at about 9 o'clock at night. So really, they'll be in our community from the 11th through the 19th. So about 10 days is the exchange.
Ah, okay, so 10 days. Mm-hmm. And how many people will be coming?
This year we have 23 delegates. 18 of them have participated in an exchange before. So I think that's 5, if I can do math, are brand new and first-time visitors to Little Falls. I think that's really a true testament to the lasting relationships of this program over the last, 20-plus years of our friendship, that people want to come back. They are excited to come back. We're excited to have them.
Super. So the French arrive on Monday night. Mm-hmm. Where do they stay when they're here?
We have host families, as Rose mentioned earlier. This year we have 11 individuals or couples who have opened up their homes to our guests. And when you're, a host, you are responsible for providing a comfortable place for them to sleep and stay and relax. We do have some free time with host families. You're also responsible for certain meals and transporting them to and from your house and to wherever our rendezvous point is for the day's events, usually Maple Island Park.
So tell me, do the French folks, do they speak English?
Depends. The younger the guest is, the more likely they are to. It's kind of a generation gap deal. I'd say around half in the current exchange do speak French, but it's an excellent opportunity. Or half speak French. They all speak French. Half speak English.
We were going to let you get away with that.
Yeah, you almost did. So we try and pair them up with the few people in our community who do speak French, but it's amazing to see how quickly you can figure things out with a language barrier, pointing pictures, looking up things really quick in the dictionary. You can converse with somebody where you do have that language barrier. It's challenging. For me, it's kind of fun. And every year that I've participated in exchange, my French gets a little bit better. And I know that's a new goal of our organization, is to have more French language opportunities in between exchanges so that we can be more welcoming to our guests that way.
So the host families don't have to speak French, and yeah, I found Google Translate is an amazing piece of software.
And there's actually a lot of similarities with Spanish, and a lot of them know Spanish as well. So sometimes you can have that workaround where you're both working in a foreign language.
Well, so let's get down to the activities that are planned for this exchange. They're here for, 10 days, but really starting the 11th. What's going to happen?
We've got a variety of activities, really focusing on Morrison County, or at least trying to. We have several day trips out of the area. But in Little Falls, we're going to go boating on the Mississippi. We're going to put them in canoes and pontoons, depending on their comfort level in watercrafts. We're going to tour the Lindbergh Historic Site, go back to where this all started. Why is this friendship there? Have a concert out in Le Bourget Park. And go to the Morrison County Fair and the Demolition Derby. What is more American than smashing cars for fun? I don't know how they're going to respond to it, but it should be an interesting night out. Charles Kapsner has agreed to take us on a tour of his artwork up at Camp Ripley Veterans Cemetery, where he's got the new murals, which I personally still haven't seen, so I'm excited for that. But also get into Lindbergh Elementary School and see the older murals that have been around for a few days, celebrating Lindbergh and the environment and things like that. And the other thing we're going to do in our own community is go hiking in Lindbergh State Park. So a lot of things that we take for granted, we're going to show off. Very different than their own hometown. Le Bourget, as Rose said, is a suburb of Paris. It's very urban. So to kind of do that city mouse, country mouse thing on the contrast there is actually exciting to them. For some of our day trips, we're going to go down to the Twin Cities for one day, tour the Target Field for the Twins Stadium. We're going to go to a Twins game. Going to tour Summit Brewery because, got to enjoy those local brews. And what is not a trip to the Twin Cities without the Mall of America? The French go nuts at the mall. Blue Jeans they nearly killed me last time they were here because I gave them like this much time at the mall, and I thought I was going to have a mutiny on the bus. So we've given them plenty of time to pick up their blue jeans at the Mall of America. Another day trip we have is heading up to Nisswa, do some shopping, have lunch at Grandview Lodge. Hopefully the storm damage up there hasn't caused too many issues for them. We also have some community members who have relocated to 10 Mile Lake permanently, and they've rounded up some neighbors, and they're going to actually host our guests for an overnight up north and give that true Minnesota cabin experience. That's always been a popular activity for the French. And kind of wrap up with some, in the middle of the exchange, I guess it's not really wrap up, but also to have an afternoon out in Sobieski. If they think Little Falls is small, we're going to take them even smaller. Do horseshoe tournament and have some excellent food out in Sobieski. Gorka's turkey, can't go wrong. So, and of course, like I said, they have free time with host families, so they can do more of what they would like to do, either in our community, go outside of our community. That's kind of up to the host families to have a discussion with their guests on what is interesting to them.
Outstanding. Well, now you mentioned that there were some of the activities that are really for members or with the host families, but some are specifically where we welcome the public, whether they're members or not, just to come and join us. Can you talk a little bit about those?
Absolutely. Yes, even though we're a membership organization, we want to be part of the Little Falls community. It's our sister city, and so each exchange, it is our goal to have those open community events. Some of these things are pretty basic things. Come join us at the Lindbergh House on Friday, August 14th at 10 a.m. We have a reservation for a tour. After that, it's first come, first serve to join us on that tour, but that's an option. We'll be out there probably until noon that day, and see a local attraction through the eyes of the French. I think that's always fun. The concert, of course, in Le Bourget Park is a huge opportunity to come socialize. And this is actually sponsored by the City of Little Falls. It's a public concert out in Le Bourget Park, which in my opinion is an underused park because there's not a whole lot out there. So it's a great chance to bring our community to that spot and remember why is it named what it's named. And it's featuring the band Harper's Chord, and that is from 1 to 4 p.m. on August 14th. August 14th is kind of our community day, I'm noticing, because that evening we're headed out to the fair, and that is the evening of the Demolition Derby. I don't have an exact time to meet us at the fair because host families will be doing on their own schedule out at the concert and out at the fair. But sometime probably after 4, head out to the fair, have some fair food for dinner. And then I believe the Demolitions Derby starts at 7. So look for our section. I don't know how well it'll be labeled. It'll just be, we're going to try and reserve a chunk of seats there, and maybe we'll have some signs so people can figure out where we are. Come say hi to the French. It's a great opportunity to just say hi, get to know them as people. That's the best part about Exchange. The other 2 opportunities are on Wednesday, August 19th. That's the last day, full day of the Exchange. And in the morning, starting at 8:30, we're going to meet down at Maple Island Park, and that's when Charles Kapsner is going to give us our tours. So we'll arrange a carpool there to the 2 locations and go for there. And then after the tour, starting at about 11 o'clock, we'll be out at Lindbergh State Park. Meet us in the pavilion there, and we can all go on a tromp through the woods together. See how badly we get eaten alive. This might be bad planning on my part. Feed the French to the mosquitoes, but you know, we'll do our best to have them prepared and thoroughly bug sprayed so it's an enjoyable experience. Because Lindbergh Park is truly a beautiful park and an excellent asset in our community. So all of these events are on our Facebook page. Rose will give some more information about that in a bit, or you can email the Gmail account, and we can definitely get you more information. There is a small fee for most of these events related to the site, like Lindbergh site. It's whatever the regular admission would apply, the Demolition Derby, whatever the admission would apply. But the Kapsner tour and the concert are free of charge. Lindbergh State Park, if you already have a park pass, you're good to go. If you don't have one, that fee will apply. So pretty basic stuff. But
or you can walk into the park, right?
Yeah. Be nice to the state park.
I know, I shouldn't say that.
You shouldn't, because we need them in our community, and therefore we need to be supportive. We always talk about shopping local, and that's one of my things about shopping local is actually paying for the stuff in our community that has value to our community.
And it is a bit of a walk-in.
It is.
If you're, if you're walking from from the east side over there, you've got a little bit of a walk before you start your hike.
Yes. So.
Well, so there's a lot of different things, different places that the community can plug in to the organization. See what we're about.
Absolutely.
And maybe this year you don't choose to become a member, but in the future, because in 2 years from now we'll be looking.
Go there.
Yeah, we'll be looking to go over to Le Bourget. Outstanding. Rose.
Yes.
So somebody's watched us and is very compelled to become a member, or at least learn more. How do they learn more about membership, the exchange, and future activities?
Sure. Well, if they'd like, they can become a member. Probably the best way to get in touch with us about that is, again, to email us at littlefallssistercity@gmail.com. Certainly follow us on Facebook. We've been keeping that up to date with our events and times. So you can find us, it's fairly long, but it's Little Falls, Minnesota, and Le Bourget, France, sister cities. So be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us there. There's also another opportunity before the French come on Saturday, August 8th. It's called Café Français, and we have it at Zoomskis. It's at 10 o'clock, and it's just an opportunity to come together and learn some conversational French. And you can also order your breakfast or drink in French. So that's something that we plan to continue to kind of foster that French language learning here in our community. So.
Well, do want to highlight one thing that Melissa mentioned, the concert in conjunction with the City of Little Falls. The sister city was originally city to city, and still that is the foundation of the organization, our city to city relationships, and want to thank the City of Little Falls for sponsoring the concert. It'll be a wonderful afternoon down by the riverside.
Yeah.
And again, thank you to the city for that. Ladies, is there anything else
Not that
we
I
should
can
share?
think of. Just keeping my fingers crossed for beautiful weather during the exchange.
Outstanding. So if anybody has connections to the weather gods, please have them.
Put in your request.
Have them be kind. August 10th through the 20th, right,
20th.
Melissa?
Yep, correct.
Super. Well, thanks very much to Rose Surma and Melissa Peterson for being here today, and we invite the community to come and join us when the French delegation arrives.